Hello and welcome to the joinDOTA League Season 2. Sorry about that, the stream was offline for the beginning of this draft, so hopefully we'll be able to get into this fairly quickly. This is going to be your joinDOTA League Season 2 coverage on Heflatv 1. I'll be one of your casters for today. I'm GrandisV, and I'll be joined by Hallmark today. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I'm just watching the Brazil-Chile game. It's gone into penalties. And, yeah, it's, Brazil really should have won this game a long time ago.
Well, I'll go ahead and jump straight into the draft. We'll see how quickly we can get through this so we can start actually discussing it. Either way, the band's coming out from Cleave. We're going to have a Tinker Band out, Brewmaster in the first stage, and the first stage for Dream Team 168 is going to be the Wisp as well as Train Projector Band. The first pick was a Batrider, followed by an Ancient Apparition by Cleave. And on the side of Dream Team 168, they'll get the Mirana Shadow Demon combo to start things off. The second phase of bans will be Viper Doom, and then Nature's Prophet Faceless Void on both teams respectively. Then Cleave will go ahead and pick up the Wraith King, and Kug get picked up by Dream Team 168.
Yeah, I'm looking Dream Team's lineup. They insta-pinked the Mirana and Shadow Demon, like literally wasted no time, went straight into it. Like the Kunkka into like Kunkka Torrent into Mirana Arrow, like they even have the Shadow Demon for setups. They have a really strong ganking potential lineup. I mean, their lineup is like still pretty open. I'm assuming they're gonna do maybe Kunkka mid, Puck off lane, Mirana plus Shadow Demon +1, and then Cleave.
10 seconds to go.
I don't really like their lineup too much. All right, here comes out the Tidehunter comes out. So
Radiance bang.
I mean, they have a lot of nice AOE damage, but in
Dyer's ban.
like Batrider comes into Lasso, they have just so much to like kind of just deal with him. Like Puck can go in with Puck can like just drop a Dream Coil. He can silence him. Kunkka can like X Torrent or just X marks the spot him. Shadow Demon can disrupt him. So like they have a lot of great spells to deal with the Batrider.
Yeah, definitely. One of the biggest things I like about Dream Team 168's lineup is that they're working around the Shadow Demon. Pretty much any lane that he goes to, he can result into a kill. In the Mirana lane, he'll be able to set up the arrow there, he'll be able to set up the Torrent with the Kunkka, and we'll be able to get the Puck in range to get the Illusory of damage as well as the Waning Rift. Although I doubt he'll be ganking that lane, he'll probably be focusing on mid and safe lane. More than likely. Cleave, on their side, they have the ability to get some global ganking going around. Their pickup potential is really strong with the Batrider as well as Ancient Apparition, but as you said, I don't know, their lineup is a little bit of, I don't know, lackluster, I would say.
Yeah,
in a lot of ways.
I don't like it. I just kind of hope it's not a one position Wraith King. I think it's a terrible hero. Like he's a great support, but we'll see with the final pickup. I mean, they banned out the Rubik. Are we gonna see a PGG black hole, like an Enigma being picked up? I mean, they still need They need one more support. I mean, a jungler wouldn't be too terrible. I mean, like they have so far Wraith King and Tidehunter. If those are the cores, they have two melee cores. So Enigma would not be the worst option.
Yeah, definitely. It might be a little greedy for my taste. I think having a little bit more killing potential in the lane would be nice, but with just the Shadow Demon Mirana, they still have the potential to put some pressure on this bat, or Tidehunter early, depending on how Cleave want to lane this one. In mid lane, I think Tidehunter does well mid up against the Kunkka, and I think they'll put the Tidehunter mid and throw the Batrider towards the off lane.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, so far, Batrider is just not going to have a fun time in lane. I mean, in the mid lane, I don't think he's that strong of a mid anymore. So yeah, Tidehunter does make more of a logical choice, but still, they can still play with their lineup. Both teams can, right? Like, and there's the silencer. This has been a real flavor of the month here with his like 5 minutes silence, like rush, go straight into Aghanim's refresher. But yeah, it definitely helps out the team, especially because like Cleave is very spell heavy. Like if they initiate with the silence, I mean, there's no Ravage, there's no Ice Blast, there's no Flaming Glass. So I mean, depending on how fast his fingers are, I mean, if Batrider blinks in and Silencer gets his ulti off, like that can really throw off the Batrider. So it's a good pickup. It's not as greedy as the Enigma.
Reserve time.
Honestly, with this Silencer pickup, I don't really like Silencer as a support. I think he needs at least the levels, and especially if he can get up that Aghanim Scepter refresher, that's always icing on the cake, I would say. And I think roaming the Shadow Demon Rana or roaming the Shadow Demon Kunkka might be a little bit better for Cleave, but we'll have to see what this last pickup for Cleave is going to be.
I do think it's going to be a roaming Mirana Shadow Demon because I agree with you. I think support silencer is a terrible option. He needs to get he needs to start stealing in and like against the Wraith King, it's actually a pretty good pickup because like Wraith King has a shitty mana pool as it is.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know. I definitely think that we're looking at another core for Cleave. As it stands, they really don't have an option to carry this into the late game. Cleave are going to have to really snowball hard into the mid. Well, with the Clinks, well, I
I
hear
wasn't
that.
expecting that.
Yeah, I don't know. A very interesting hero. He has the ability to pick off some of these supports coming out from Dream Team 168, and if he gets a very fast Orchid, this Silencer, Shadow Demon Mirana, and even the Puck to a certain extent are going to have a very difficult time dealing with this Clinks. I don't know, I wasn't expecting that at all.
It's not a bad pickup. Like the Orchid, as you mentioned, if he can pop the silencer with Orchid, you know, that's their like biggest team fight right there is that silencer. So I can see definitely why they picked it. It's it's a great pickup, and Brazil just won by the way in penalties, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, let's introduce the teams while we have this pause. I will take DT here, Dream Team. So we have Sandin ZXC playing the Kunkka. I have no idea who is playing the Shadow Demon. Like we have open and closed bracket. PGG being played on the Mirana, Blow Your Blade on the Silencer, and Afterlife is going to be playing the Puck.
Yeah, well, PGG generally takes up the supports, and with the items he's picking up, it does look like they are going to be going for that roaming duo with the Mirana as well as the Shadow Demon. I'll go ahead and introduce Cleave. They aren't roaming out of their base just yet, and we are actually going to have another pause. We're going to have Ziko on the Batrider, I believe, and then the rest of the people are just inside the base. We're going to have Seema the Slayer on the Clinks. Suneko of Laputa is going to be playing on the Wraith King, Lolek on the Wraith King, or on the Tidehunter, excuse me, and Roger playing on the Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, and then we have a smoke up mid here with who is this? This is Kunkka, Silencer, and the Shadow Demon. So they may be trying to get a quick fight here by the Rune Ward, but the hell am I doing? Why can't I draw? What is wrong with that? Okay, that's weird.
I can see it on the map, I can't see it on the actual screen. That is really weird. Mine's bugged out as well.
Yeah, Volvo, please fix. But yeah, looks like nothing's gonna happen. PGG has to be careful because there is 4 heroes. Oh, what is he doing?
PGG?
PG, what are you? Oh my God, that was ballsy play from him. I don't know what he's doing. Like,
I think really the only thing that might come out of this is he might be forced to skill leap level 1, and that would be terrible for PGG, or he might just give up the first blood. I don't know, they don't have a jungler on the enemy team. They do have the Batrider, so maybe blocking one of these camps would be nice for him. But either way, without any backup, PGG really can't go for kills, and I think this is just a lot of aggression for nothing.
yeah, I don't know why he's doing what he's doing. But yeah. Anyways, let's look at the lanes here real quick. It looks like it's gonna be the offlane Puck for DT and the Shadow Demon plus Blow Your Brain. It is gonna be carry silencer, so that's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, much better than the support. And in the mid lane, we have XEZ versus the Tidehunter, which you pretty much called. And yeah, on the side of Cleave, they have a nice aggressive tri lane here, but it looks like they're going to be leaving the Clinks alone, and Ancient Apparition's just kind of roaming around, and the Wraith King is just stacking.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would rather have them switch those roles and have the Wraith King roam around and look for kills. This Ancient Apparition, like, what's he going to do in mid? There's no way to set up this Cold Feet. They do have, I don't know, yeah, at this level, Tidehunter, he has Gush as well as Anchor Smash, and that's about it. And I think Tidehunter is going to be fine in this lane. It looks like he's looking for a courier.
Yeah, that's what I think so too, but Kunkka...
He doesn't have the money yet.
Not yet, no. Kunkka doesn't really last hit, like, it's going to be hard to last hit against the harass of Anchor Smash constantly and Gush. But luckily, Gush uses up a lot of mana, so he doesn't have to worry about that too much. And yeah, looks like Batrider is going to check for a rune. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know, some interesting choices. This Ancient Apparition and Batrider are still at level 1, haven't seen a creep of experience. If Ancient Apparition's able to get this Courier Snipe, maybe it'll be worth it, but even then, like,
Hey, here's
so
the Courier.
much wasted time. And they're going to be putting it very defensively, and Ancient Apparition is not going to be able to do anything. They know he's missing, and probably anticipate that Roger's trying to snipe
Yeah.
this, and just look at the defensive play coming out from ZXC. He's going to go back into his side of the woods, and Ancient Apparition is just wasting so much time. Roger hasn't done anything.
And yeah, Batrider is actually stacking agents. So they're stacking the agents for the Tidehunter. And Tidehunter, his anchor smash is just so freaking strong. Oh my God, they see him. He's going for that courier stripe. What is?
Courier? Courier?
What?
Shadow Demon?
Oh my God!
He hit the tower!
Yeah,
What was that
what is he
misclick?
doing?
Brackets, what are you doing? He's going to eat an anchor smash, and now Lolek, he doesn't have the gush available, bottling up. He will get that up of cooldown, but in the end, Shadow Demon,
He
I'm
was
not
like,
sure.
what? Right beside the courier. What happened?
It didn't even take one hit. He hit the tower in the end. Like, I'm not sure what that was. I don't know.
Oh, misplays all around, I guess.
Well, Wraith King found an invisibility rune, but wasn't able to make anything happen with it, and so far we've had a very passive game from both teams. And while I'd say that Dream Team 168 are definitely coming out on top, although their Kunkka's not having the best time up in mid, up against this Tidehunter, he's 8-2 compared to the 9-6 of the Tide. And Ancient Apparition, he's going for this Courier Snipe again. Roger, is he just AFK or something? I don't even know. Flying Courier, there's no way he can kill that.
Yeah, he has 0 EXP 3 minutes into the game. I honestly don't think the AA really even works with their team. I mean, AA is a good hero overall, but you benefit from him from chilling touch, but they're not. They're giving the Clinks the solo farm up against the Puck. Holy crap, that is a huge stack.
Yeah, I don't know. And this Puck is actually having a lot of room. As an offlane Puck, generally you see that being punished a little bit. But
Yeah.
still, in this lane, pretty much 1v1 up against the Clinks. He's had a wonderful time, has managed to find his level 4, and, well, maybe he'll be able to get a little bit of farm from this stack here. Clinks just picked off one of the smaller creeps, but in the end, they're not going to be able to really touch this.
Yeah, like, they have an aggressive trialing, but they're not trying to do anything on the Puck, which is just frustrating. And Shadow even picks up a haste rune here, so let's see what he's going to try to do with that. But, like, yeah, like, blow your brain out. He's getting complete free farm. He's top of the charts with 23 for 10. Like, he is just not being contested. So that Aghanim Scepter should be coming in relatively quickly. He's got 1,000 gold. I don't think he's even going to upgrade his boost. He's just going to go straight for the point booster.
Honestly, the way this game is going out, I wouldn't mind a Midas coming out from the Silencer. Getting level 16 early with that Aghanims is also strong, and it'll accelerate his refresher timing as well.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think either just straight point booster into Ags or Midas into the Aghanim
I
Scepter.
agree with you. Midas, like, no one is contesting his farm. Like, he should not miss a single last hit, right? Like,
He shouldn't, and it doesn't look like he really has missed very many.
no, he's 30 for 12, like 5 minutes in. He's literally just getting free farm. But like, in all fairness, Silencer isn't that scary of a carry in the early to mid game. Late game, he gets really scary once he gets his item. So I think Cleave is just really trying to finish this before they don't want this to go late game because they have nothing. They have absolutely nothing for late game.
Yeah, and I don't know, Clinks looks like he's going to build his PTs before he goes in that Orchid. Still, he's not going to put any pressure onto this Silencer early, and this is just such a passive game. Honestly, there's no aggressive movements coming out from Cleave. Ancient Apparition and Wraith King, they can make something happen early, just with the Wraithfire Blast. And speaking of PGG, going to destroy that, we have a disruption going out in mid. The Torrent boat, arrow to fly, going to land on Lolek, and now they're going to get the first blood in the middle lane. ZXC gets the last hit there. And, well, that's going to make up for a lot of what the Kunkka missed early on, and Tidehunter giving away a lot of his early advantage. He will be able to make that up with this Ancient stack that's starting to form. But either way, Dream Team 168 should be fairly happy with how this game is going on to start things off.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to keep an eye on the Silencer farm. He bought something. He bought a Midas recipe. So, and he almost has his Midas. He's just like he's 150 gold away from it, 170 gold actually away from it. So, yeah, that's like he's gonna get his Aghanims. I'm gonna guess maybe by the 12-minute mark if he continues to farm like the way he's farming.
Yeah, definitely. I think. Yeah, the problem with having this Puck offlane is the only stun that they have on the side of Cleave is that Wraith King stun, and with 1 point into the what is it, phase shift, Puck will be able to disjoint that 9 times out of 10 unless he's like completely misplaying. And either way, he'll be just fine. PGG hasn't really been able to make any big rotations. He threw a couple of arrows mid, but in the end, he was able to be involved in that first blood at the very least. ZXC rotating towards this top lane, and maybe they'll be able to make something happen on this Clinks. This could be huge. Afterlife taking a lot of harass, however, from those flaming arrows, and just the right clicks coming up from the ancient apparition. But here comes the Kunkka. Will be able to get in range for the X marks. They will be able to onto poor Roger. Now the Torrent going to be on the mark as well. Silence for good measure, and Roger going to die. Kunkka gets another kill up in this top lane.
Yeah, this is a great start for Kunkka. I mean, he's one of those heroes that really needs to get a really good start.
Oh, Ghost Ship. He's trying to catch at this Bat Rider. He won't be able to find it. A little bit of lag there, but, well, he needs to be careful. The Bat will just be forced to back off towards the right. I don't know, a hopeful boat, but boat still a fairly low cooldown and worth a try coming out from ZXC.
Yeah, and again, it's just Silencer's just free farming pot. He's got 600 gold. He should be getting his point booster relatively soon. Mid, Murata's now rotated into the mid against his Tide, and Tide he's got 600 gold. I don't know if he's gonna be going for boots. If I was Tide, I would just rush the quick blink. He's got his Ravage. I don't think he's used Ravage once yet, and yeah, it's a pretty quiet game so far.
Yeah, I don't know, we're almost 8 minutes in, only those 2 kills, both going to Dream Team 168. I want to see Seaman the Slayer try to make something happen, but with his item build right now, I don't know, he really can't do all that much. He doesn't have the levels that he needs, nor the Orchid that he really wants, and it's going to be delayed for quite some time. We are going to have a haste room picked up by Lolok. Maybe he'll be able to make a Ravage happen. I'm not sure. Kunkka might be the... Well, they are going to try it, and it's going to land on Roger with the follow-up Torrent and Boat coming out from the Kunkka. They should be able to clean this up, and they're not even going to need a right-click, just that cleave damage with the Boat on top. With the Ace Rune, Lolok is going to give a little harass towards the Kunkka, but I don't know. No way that he can get that kill, and yet another kill going the way to Dream Team 168.
And I noticed that they stacked the Ancients here once, and they haven't done anything else with them.
Yeah.
Like, how is Batrider doing with his farm? He moved to the jungle. I mean, he's trying to get that Blink Dagger as fast as possible. It's like he knows he can't do anything in this lane against Silencer, because Silencer's just gonna drain all of his mana. Because he literally he's maxed out Curse of the Silent, so that Batrider would have just had a rough lane anyways. And he couldn't really go mid, so yeah, he's forced to go into the jungle.
Yeah, and Batrider had a similar story to the Ancient Apparition for the longest time, hadn't seen a single creep's worth of experience. And well, he's on the road to recovery, might be able to find his Blink Dagger at a decent timing at least, but still, we haven't felt the impact of this Batrider this game. And it's just very scary coming out from Dream Team 168. Their Kunkka's farm isn't all that great as far as last hits are concerned, but he's gotten all 3 of the kills for Dream Team 168, and he's, I don't know, been able to land his combos with the X-Torrent and the X-Torrent Boat fairly well. He's only put 2 points up in the X. Usually I like to see 3 just for the guaranteed initiation. But either way, ZXC has practiced with the 2 and has his timing on point.
Yeah, and Silencer... was that a boat?
Yeah, he's just cleaning creeps with it. I mean, why not? At this point, he's going to have to go back to base. He's low on mana, and he'll be able to clean out a little stack with that.
And I assume he's going to be going for a drums build. I mean, he's got 1,000 gold in the bank. It's the safe item to go. Looking at, like, these lanes are it's just quiet. They're not playing too aggressively. I mean, Mirana's really low on health. She's just farming the jungle.
Yeah, I don't know. I would have liked to see PGG rotate and try for some kills with the Shadow Demon early, but it just doesn't seem like Dream Team 168 have any pressure on them whatsoever. All of their lanes have been able to farm decently well. This Puck, he has his PTs up and is about halfway towards his Blink Dagger, has level 8, has a Dream Coil available, and Dream Team 168 just going to hang back and wait for those items to come out. I'm not sure if Kunkka's actually going to finish the drums. He might go straight into a Shadow Blade, I think would also be decent. Yeah, we are going to have an arrow.
I just hear it. Did it hit though? I don't think it did.
I don't think so. It was thrown mid, but Roger going to be just fine.
Yeah, and wow, Batrider is really low on HP. He's almost got that Blink Dagger though. That's a pretty fast Blink Dagger considering he had a pretty bad start.
Yep, Tidehunter going to give him that last hit, so he has the Blink Dagger finished. Maybe one of the supports combined with Smoke, and this is the time where Cleave really need to make something happen. It will be the drums finished up on the Kunkka, who'll pick those up for himself. A good stat item, just, I don't know, all around good to at least have one on your team for the aura, and they'll be happy with that. Let's see where this Batrider goes.
Miranda still needs to get her level 6 because that Moonlight Shadow is a really, really strong spell early game. Like the supports can't really afford to be buying out the buying out sentries as much as they want to in Dust, especially since this AA is pretty broke and Wraith King not doing that great himself. So and
Well,
Yeah.
as far as these support levels are concerned, the Dire supports are completely poor. Wraith King, level 4, Ancient Apparition, level 5, no ultimates coming out for them anytime soon. Batrider is going to be the focus, well, actually we're going to have an arrow in mid, just for scouting purposes. Again, Roger will be able to destroy, or avoid getting hit with that arrow, rather. Batrider has made his rotation down to bottom. We have a smoke coming up from the Wraith King Tidehunter. And Batrider, this should be a free kill, and they're going to use it to get this pick off on Blow Your Brain.
oh, that's gonna be huge. He's so close to his eggs.
Difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know. Yep, they are going to jump in, and now they're going to pull back the Shadow Demon, but there's a Global Silence. We'll delay a lot of this. The Ravage is going to come out eventually from Lolik. I'm not sure how he is able to get the Silence off, but either way, they're going to be able to get the Shadow Demon to start things off. Afterlife is falling fairly low. Ancient Apparition Blast is coming in, not really going to land on much of anything. Phase Shift up to the top ground, or high ground, and eventually Puck will be able to make it out. So that Batrider gank, all they got was the Shadow Demon, and Dream Team 168 are going to thank their lucky stars that Silencer survived through that.
Yeah, like they wasted the global, but on the other hand, you saw the AAL come in, the lasso come in.
Oh, in mid,
and the
PGG?
Ravage.
He'll be able to
Oh,
leap away to safety. Either way, he'll be fine.
Kunkka died mid as well, but that's a big pickup because
Disruption
arrow?
into
Follow up?
arrow. PGG doesn't have
Oh.
mana, I don't think. Or it was on cooldown anyway, so even if he did
Yeah.
have the mana.
Yeah, but they even if it did hit, they had no follow up damage because Kunkka was dead and he scouts with the arrow.
Arrow,
Oh,
Roger, just walk straight into that. Will they be able to capitalize on it? They're going to throw a couple more Shadow Poison stacks. There is going to be a Soul Catcher. They shouldn't get that kill. But either way, a lot of harass going to Ancient Apparition, and we'll force him back to base.
Yeah, and actually Tidehunter went for the mana boots first, but he's got this huge stack right here that he's just going to be able to farm up like a boss.
So,
And yeah, that was a pretty nice exchange in favor of Cleave. Like, let's just take a look at the gold graph. Yeah, Cleave put the gold graph maybe 1,500 gold more in their favor. They're still behind. EXP, or not gold, sorry, EXP 1,500 gold, about 1,000. But yeah, still pretty even said. Oh, and the lasso top, and that is a dead puck.
Yep, did actually see that kill, but either way, they were able to combo that correctly, and putting that Blink Dagger from the Batrider to good use. He's been involved in 2 kills. Ancient Apparition Blast going to be very late. We'll farm up one of these creeps. Arrow to Fly going to land on a creep as well. So they are going to tie up this kill score 3-3, but still, Dream Team 168, efficiency across the map is favoring them. This Silencer is going to get huge, and he's going to have his Aghanim Scepter finish up after that Midas at 14 minutes in. This Silencer is going to be absolutely huge, and if he's able to get good globals off, I think that's really going to be the linchpin of what Dream Team 168 need to do. Clinks, on the other hand, is almost going to finish that. Orchid Malevolence has the 2 Oblivion Staffs up, and Steam of the Slayer, he needs to find things around the map. He needs to get pickoffs, especially on this Silencer, so that he can delay that refresher as long as he can. Still, I don't know, this game is fairly close, and both teams playing very passively for the most part.
The one problem with Blow Your Brain just farming like a boss is literally no int stolen. He's been a part of 0 kills. Like, Silencer doesn't have to get the kills. He just has to be around the kills. And yeah, that definitely that is the downside to him, like just taking this like really hard farming role. But he is top of the net worth chart by some, like by 1,000 gold over the Clinks.
Yeah, definitely. I believe he does still get the global, if he does get the kill with the Global Silence axe. So eventually that will be a bigger issue for him as this game progresses. But still, I don't know. This is a fairly passive game. Let's see where they're going to actually fight into. The Tidehunter ultimate is up, as is the Batrider ultimate. I don't think either of these teams really want to force the issue. They're just going to wait for a little bit longer. Tidehunter, he is delivering something, and it is going to be a completed mechanism on him, so he's not going for that Blink Dagger route. I think I'm okay with this still. I think the Batrider Blink Dagger is all they really need to start these fights. And speaking of that, ZXE is going to throw the X-Torrent onto the Tidehunter. He might be in trouble. Here's the Blinking from the Batrider. They're going to be able to catch up Blow Your Brain. He doesn't have the global, but won't be able to throw it out. Here comes the boat. Tidehunter the Ravage going to catch out a lot of heroes. The boat's going to be good. Blow Your Brain going to be able to get the silence off eventually. Now just look at the Curse of Silence doing so much damage in this fight. Blow Your Brain eventually will fall. Arrow to Fly going to land on the Tidehunter. Now they're going to be able to get more kills on top of that. The Ancient Apparition, the only one standing on the backlines. Roger will be able to make it out safely. It cost them the Silencer kill, but in the end, a fairly large win for Dream Team 168, all said and done.
Yeah, but again, Silencer wasn't around for any of that stolen in. He only took 2 in because he was around for one of the kills, and then yeah, he died right away. And another thing that I want to mention is that lasso, he got disrupted right away. So lasso was used, but for nothing. Like they lost 4 heroes on top of that, and like only the AA staying. So yeah, great win for Dream Team. And
Oh, Ancient Apparition Blast picks off PGG in the base. Poor Mirana there, and it will give a little bit more gold over the way of Cleave, but still, they got the tier 1 tower on top of that as well, so Dream Team 168 should be happy about that trade. That will secure the Blink Dagger for your puck, and will give them that initiation. I don't know, being the Batrider in this game is a little bit tricky. If you go onto the Silencer, he's just going to get disrupted up, and you're not going anywhere. And if you try to go onto the Shadow Demon, excuse me, there's the Global Silence available, and ZXC, he's going to use the cheeky X marks, TP back to base, and then bottle. Yep. Back to full, and ready to fight again. Tier 1 tower is going to be the next, map objective on Dream Team 168's list.
Dire's top tower, you know the drill.
oh, they're
Radiant's
picking up the
mid tower
Mirana.
could use a hand.
Oh, they see that Clinks. Oh no, Clinks. Oh, there we go. She sees him.
Yeah, and she'll back off for now. Maybe they want to bait this out with ZXC and all of the backup that PGG has. He's just kind of chilling around here. We'll drop another sentry and see what's trying to get this Orchid off to good use. Wraith King's there. They're going to Orchid up to Mirana. She'll be able to leap away to safety. I believe that Orchid was mid-leap. Now they start with the Wraithfire Blast onto PGG. PGG should fall fairly quickly, but he will be healed up with the stick, and now the bow coming through will land onto the Wraith King. Does have the level 6. If they kill him, they will all be slowed. And now Batrider Lasso going the way of Blow Your Brain. Blow Your Brain doesn't have the ultimate. There's an arrow not going to land on anything on the backlines. Afterlife going to be sent up by the Wraith King. Wraith King going to be able to kill him. And now Global Silence is finally going to come off a cooldown for Blow Your Brain. He's man fighting up against these heroes, but in the end, he's going to die and fall. All of these heroes are fairly low on mana. Will they be able to get any more? Let's see. ZXC fairly low, has a double damage rune available. Mirana Moonlight Shadow has been used. Lola going to be X marks up. Where's the Torrent? There's the Torrent. It's going to land on the Tidehunter, but in the end, Shadow Demon looks like he's going to be the cost of this retreat. Now PGG is going to be stunned up as well, and Dream Team 168 just didn't know when to back off. There's a disruption onto the Tidehunter. ZXC still very low. He has, I don't know, a Torrent to throw out. He's going to X Torrent. There's the Ravage going to land on 2. Now all they need is a little bit more damage onto ZXC. He's running towards the right, and now let's see if he'll be able to make it out. It looks like he will. Lolik, no Blink Dagger available, and not really a lot of mana to speak of either. ZXC pops a jump charge for good measure, and luckily finds himself a regeneration rune to get back up to full. Still, I don't know, Dream Team 168, a little bit of an overcommitment there, an awkward engagement. They probably should have just left Blow Your Brain for dead, but they tried to fight afterwards. I believe it was a 3-for-2 trade in the favor of Cleave, all said and done.
Yes, it was, and Silencer, like, I mean, for some reason, he did not curse to the silent, the Wraith King. So they killed the Wraith King, and he just went back to full health, and he just kept running around stunning people. I mean, they have great means of dealing with him, and again, Silencer only has 2 stolen in. Like, the whole point of having a carry Silencer is for him to get that stolen in, and to pretty much just hit like a truck late game, which he really isn't doing. Like, he's been a part of a lot of those kills, but he's not stealing any intelligence. Like that's the problem when you have that carry Silencer. He needs to be around. Like he needs to get that.
Oh, air to fly, going to land in Lolik up in the top lane. There's the Torrent boat to follow up. They're going to lose the Silencer down in bottom. They will trade it for the Tidehunter. All said and done, but didn't see how the Silencer died. It looks like it was just a Batrider Lasso initiation onto him with the Klink's Orchid for good measure. Silencer just farming way too aggressively, and well, this Silencer, he's falling pretty flat after an excellent start for him.
Well, he's still top of the net worth chart, like by quite a bit. Like him and Kunkka are above the Klinks and Tide, and they just took that tower. So, I mean, Cleave are losing quite a bit of map control. I mean, they're again on the Radiant side, or sorry, the Dire side, so they do have that Roche advantage. But they don't really have the best Roche lineup, even with Vampiric Aura is level 3. I mean, they can't burst down this Roche as fast as they want to. Like, no one, I don't see anybody building a medallion, and Kunkka just picked up a Shadow Blade. So it is looking pretty good for DT. EXP graph dead even actually, and gold about 5,500 gold in favor of DT.
Yeah, but the experience graph is dead even. I believe you already mentioned it, but either way, Moonlight Shadow, they are next to these creeps trying to save this Mirana up in top. PGG going to be blown up by that flame break, excuse me. And well, I don't know, I haven't really been impressed by PGG's Mirana this game. He's hit a couple of arrows, but still hasn't really been able to make much happen around the map. The kill score is now 10-10, and I don't know. This game is an interesting one. the carries really aren't very conventional as how they go through later in this game. Klinks has put the Orchid to decently good use once he's been able to pick that one up. But still, I don't know, Seaman the Slayer really hasn't been putting a lot of pressure on the enemy side of the map, and that's really where the Klinks is scary, when you just have to constantly fear those ganks coming out from the Klinks and blow your brain. He's feeling comfortable enough to farm his own woods.
Yeah, Klinks is going for a BKB, which I think is the right choice with all the disables the DT has, and really to be able to withstand like the stuns and the torrent and the boat really is going to help that Klinks.
Yeah, and definitely.
But again, they're losing way too much map control. Like DT has all of their towers still almost at full HP, except for bot, which lost about at half HP, 60% HP.
Yeah, and all of the tier 1s on the side of Cleave have been taken by Dream Team 168, and I think they can defend this tier 1 tower. It looks like Cleave want to push into it. They are positioning with the Batrider in the woods to try to get a good blink initiation, and it looks like for now they're just going to go for the tower trade, and I think this is okay. They don't have the fastest pushing lineup, but still, I think it's a little bit faster than Cleave, especially with the double damage rune on Kunkka. Now they're going to TP back Ancient Apparition Ultimate to fly. Well, how's this initiation going to go down? TP's in Drove. They're trying to TP away Afterlife. He's going to be X-Marked, disrupted up as well. There's a Global Silence, mostly just for a disinitiation, and now the Kunkka boat going to fly through, not really going to land on much of anything, pretty much a fail boat there. Wraith King Fire Blast is going to throw onto the Shadow Demon. He has a Ghost Scepter, but it won't save him from that Anchor Smash, and he will die in the end. Puck trying to go through the north, so low. One auto attack is all they need, trying to get the vision with the, whoa. Oh my goodness, Afterlife. He'll die to the Ancient Apparition, but what a beautiful juke coming out from him on the backlines. Kunkka gets the kill on the Batrider. Now Loic going to throw out the Ravage, but a fairly late Ravage at that, and now here comes the Silencer. They're trying to chase down this Tidehunter, and I don't think they'll be able to get that one, but still, what a beautiful juke coming out from the Puck. He was able to phase shift, jaunt to the Illusory Orb, throw the Silence, and get the kill on the Batrider, making something out of a really bad situation. Klink's trying to be the cleanup crew here, but won't be able to find any kills with that Moonlight Shadow used.
And yeah, Kunkka got hit by the AAL, but he's okay. It was only a level 1, I think. Yeah, it was a level 2.
You know, Roger is level 11, has made a decent recovery back into this game, and 2,000 gold on Roger after that last engagement. Probably going to work towards that Aghanim Scepter next, and, well, that would be a big pickup for Cleave, but still, Dream Team 168 finding the better engagements, and now Kunkka
that should be Dead Shadow Demon. Yeah. Oh no,
he has a Ghost Scepter. Yeah, he's fine, and now Arrow from PGG.
Nah.
He's invis and running pretty fast. A fairly low probability arrow would have been really cool to see, but I don't think it would have been a kill either way.
Yeah, well, he wouldn't get no follow up. I don't think he's carrying any dust, is he? No, he's got sentries, but still, by the time he gets there. Oh, Batrider lasso on the Shadow Demon this time.
Now this is a dead Shadow Demon. Yep, he'll be blown up. Wraithfire Blast, and Tidehunter, I believe, got the last hit with the Anchor Smash. Arrow to fly. It goes in the Roshan pit. Will land on the Zako. They will know that this Roshan is going down. I think Cleave are just going to have to back out of this pit, bash onto the Batrider. Oh, not going to jaunt to that orb. Would have been way too aggressive. Too.
Like the Batrider had haste rune activated as well. So even if they did follow up, he would have got away.
Yeah, he definitely would have. Kunkka might be looking for something around this pit, is hanging around. But for now, they are going to give up the hopes of going into that Roshan pit. Just a little bit too sketchy of a place for them to fight with the Dream Coil available. With Dream Team 168's, I don't know, their AoE damage is fairly significant, especially with like an Aghanim Scepter on the Silencer. They can't react to any of those initiations as well. Silencer is going to be working towards that refresher with the Oblivion Staff finished up. He should have it at a decent timing, and, well, Tidehunter, he's feeling that he can't get off the ultimate when he wants to, and rightfully so, with the Silence coming out, as well as just a lockdown that Dream Team, have at their disposal. He's going to be working towards that BKB next. Has a recipe as well as the Ogre Club. Don't think the Mithril Hammer's on the career, and indeed it's not. So we'll be a little bit far out for the Tidehunter to finish, but once he does have that, Cleave will look to find a couple more fights. They're just waiting on all of these BKBs to come out.
Yeah, like, I think BKB's a far better pickup anyways than the Blink Dagger. Because he's not the target of focus as it is. I mean, they have other heroes that they really want to focus down. So yeah, it's a smart choice. I mean, I heard last
Batrider initiation onto the Shadow Demon again, and he's a very dead Shadow Demon. Well, Ghost Scepter will delay the inevitable Wraithfire Blast and the Orchid Tick to get the last hit there.
Yeah, that Ghost Scepter is a double-edged sword when it comes to that Wraithfire Blast. That does a lot of damage. Especially since Shadow Demon does not have that big of an HP pool.
Yeah, and while Shadow Demon has been caught out quite a few times, 2, 4, and 8 on him, he's been involved in a lot of kills, but still, has just given up 2 of his own. We do have ZXT and PGG rotating down towards this bottom lane. They will bottle up the regeneration rune for the puck. Afterlife will be fairly happy with that pickup. But Arrow to Fly going to land on the Wraith King. He does have his ultimate. Getting it down might be nice for them. They're going to throw out the Torrent. Now with the crit coming out off of that creep, or I believe just the Shadow Blade hit, they're going to get an H Apparition Blast onto PGG. And now Blink forward the Gush. They'll be able to get that kill. Orchid going to be thrown the way of the Kunky. He throws out a boat and a huge Dream Coil going to land all 5. The Silence on top with the Global Silence. They're not really following this up. They're going to throw the Clinks up in the air. Everybody's completely out of mana. They're going to lose the Bat Rider to start things off. Clink trying to man fight up against this. They'll lose the Kunkka for the trouble. Seeing the Slayer. He's dusted up. Can't get out of there alive. And now Blink forward from the buckle looking for more. He's going to cancel that bottle charge. And will he be able to follow this one up? I don't believe so. In the end, a 2 for 2 off of a beautiful Dream Coil initiation coming out from the puck on all 5.
Yeah, no, that was actually a 3 for 2 because they did pop tech.
Oh, that is correct.
Ulti, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, finally, Silencer was part of those 2 kills, and he actually got the kills. So that's going to be looking good.
Oh, Blow Your Brain. He's going to be AA blasted with the Wraith King Fire Blast as well, and Blow Your Brain's going to lose his life here. Puck will be able to make it out. Yeah, I don't know. Poor Blow Your Brain.
They're pinging out the Shadow Demon there, but don't know what they expected him to do.
Yeah, I don't know. Across the map, he can't defensively disrupt, not a global ability. Well, I don't know.
Volvo, please hear Ice Frog, make Aghanims upgrade. Now do global disruption.
I don't know. That would be so OP. Down in bottom, they're going to throw the lasso onto Afterlife. I think he's trying to get his loser rope away. Ancient Apparition Blast is going to be on the mark. He's going to silence. AA Blast is going to be off the mark, but he will burn down in the end. Bat Rider picks up that kill. Now Shadow Demon looks like he's going to die. Blink forward by the Bat Rider. Doesn't really have a lot in his arsenal to throw out. He has a Flame Break, looking maybe to bounce back the Shadow Demon. He is going to get the bounce back a little to the side. They won't be able to follow up on the Shadow Demon. He's slowed down. Now the Blink coming out from the Wraith King. They're going to catch up the Shadow Demon. He has 4 stacks. Arrow to Fly going to land on Nico of Laputa. And now they're looking for more. Lolik has the Ravage if he wants to throw it out, and it could be a good time. He's not going to. Flame Break going to disjoint that. Here comes the bow coming out from the Kunkka. It's going to land on the Tidehunter solo, and it looks like Lolik might be in a little bit of trouble. He's fairly tanky with all the Starfall. He's going to be forced to pop his BKB. Will he be able to get out of here? He's going to throw the Ravage just to retreat, and Lolik, that's a very costly escape. I'm not even sure if it's worth it, and they might still be able to get him BKB off. Now he has the X Marks Torrent to follow up. Where's the backup, however? Do they have it? Blow Your Brain going to throw out the Curse, and now Lolik is just going to die here after throwing out all of those spells. Ancient Apparition Blast going to land on Blow Your Brain as well as on Kunkka. I believe it's just a level 2. No Aghanims up on him yet, so they should be fine in the river. They're not going to be able to catch out with PGG. He was able to TP back to base.
Yeah, that was quite a bit of a sloppy engagement. On the side of Cleave, they went in way too far, and they just got caught out from like all angles. Like they were literally getting attacked from here, and from here. Like they were surrounded.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, Dream Team 168 have fallen behind as far as kills are concerned, but at this point, it really doesn't matter all that much. With the Midas on the Silencer, they're still looking okay as far as gold is concerned. More cheeky plays with the X Marks, TP back to base, refilling that bottle. I think it's a little bit OP, to be honest. But Blow Your Brain is going to get back and be in fighting shape yet again. The XP is in Cleave's favor still, so could be anybody's game at this point. Blink away from the Bat Rider, not going to get caught out in the jungle, but still. I don't know, I'd say that last engagement was a win for Dream Team 168, but not a huge win. They only got that Tidehunter, but more importantly, the Ravage, as well as the BKB 10-second charge.
Yeah, and not to mention, they are down in EXP. Like, they're down about 5,200 EXP, but they are up in gold. It's pretty much just the hand of Midas. And, yeah, Refresher Orb still needs, he still needs a Perseverance with the Refresher Orb. Arrow to come out? It was just a Scouting Arrow. It's going to hit nothing. And Gem picked up on the puck. That's a well-needed item.
Definitely up against the Clinks, but if they lose it, these Mirana initiations coming out from the Moonlight Shadow are going to be, I don't know, negated a lot. So I hope Puck can hold on to this. I think Afterlife should be fine, though. He is delivering that to himself right now. I don't think we've talked about this before. He does have a Yule Scepter. I think we saw it in use in Clinks.
That is a dead Bat Rider.
Ooh. Yeah, it is, and that's a gem on the deck from the Bat Rider. A huge win for them. In the meantime, Clinks was able to backdoor one of the tier 1 towers, and one of the strengths of Clinks with that strafe can take those tier 1s down. But yeah, Bat Rider getting caught out there is actually huge. Wish I was focused on that instead of on the Clinks backdooring the tier 1. But with that pickoff, Dream Team 168 are going to be able to take the tier 2 tower. Without the Bat Rider help defend, it's pretty much a freebie. Ancient Apparition Blast will land, but in the end, not really going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah, just the fact that the Bat Rider had the gem was really unfortunate, but they have 2 gems now on the side of DT. And this Clinks is now going to have to play a lot more passively because he cannot afford to be roaming around. Especially if they're going in groups of 2s and 3s, right? One group is always going to have a gem now.
Yeah, definitely. And well, Clinks, after getting that orc or the couple pickoffs with the Orchid, really hasn't been able to do much in these team fights. He got bursted down so quickly last team fight. And, well, I don't know. Silencer about to have that refresher, and now these BKBs are going to be a little bit less important for Dream Team 168. They're really not going to care if they really need to. They can always just pop the second global silence and ensure that they are silenced during the team fights.
That BKB is done. Or BKB, sorry, the refresher orb is done on Blow Your Brain.
Okay.
The courier's sending out the recipe.
Yeah, and, well, Wraith King, his mana is going to be very stretched with 2 global silences coming out. I believe that's going to drain about 600 mana. If he throws out 1 Wraithfire Blast, he's completely drained.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I don't really like Wraith King as a carry, because his mana pool is just atrocious. And the strength of this hero is his reincarnation, right? The fact that he has 2 lives. But if you keep throwing out stuns like crazy, you know, you're like 3 stuns in, and this guy's like lost half of his mana pool.
Yeah. Afterlife in mid lane was, or is just going to push out this creep wave. They were fishing for an arrow onto Clinks, but a very low probability arrow as there was no setup. Clinks has built himself up a Chrysalis, so if he's able to unload onto the silencer before he gets off double ulti, maybe they'll be able to win a team fight. I don't know. He needs to catch him out with that Orchid to start off these fights. Batrider looking for a pick. Well, let's see. Ancient Apparition Blast going to land on alive here as this Batrider will be spotted out by the Illusory Orb, I believe. Or at least they saw the Firefly. Now TP's back. Tidehunter doesn't have a Blink Dagger anyway to seal the distance. And now, with Moonlight Shadow, they're looking for Initiate. Here's the arrow to fly from the Mirana. Oh, not going to land on anything, but either way, a fairly tense moment up in the top lane. Cleave are really not in a good position to defend this, excuse me. And I think they should probably just try to leave this tier 2 tower be. Clinks is going through his jungle, going to be able to find himself a Centaur to eat up, get that extra HP as well as damage for this next team fight. And while we're still waiting on this Ancient Apparition to join the fight as well as the Wraith King, I think Wraith King's the more important one to get into the fray. But either way, Dream Team 168 yet again going to use that X Mark Trick and get back up to full mana and ready to sustain into this tier 2 tower push.
I love what they're doing, and this Kunkka's almost got his Chrysalis.
Full Daedalus, actually. Blinking
Oh, yeah,
from the
yeah,
Batrider.
yeah.
They're going to use the Silencer ultimate, and now he's unloading on to Blow Your Brain. He's not going to be able to get the second one off, it seems. Here comes the boat. Not really going to land on all that much pressure coming out from Blow Your Brain. He gets the second ultimate off. He looks like he's going to burn down. He's still alive. In the end, he will be gushed to death. Now the Batrider is going to be the next to fall to get the Wraith King ultimate. Lolik looking for the Ravage, not going to be able to find it. Is he going to blow it? It looks like the Shadow Demon is pretty much dead. Silence coming out from Afterlife. Juking through the trees. The Shadow Demon trying to get away from this. He's earning up through all of this damage. Blink forward. It's going to be judged by Lolik. Eventually, Shadow Demon, will he die? He will. Just one more auto attack is all they needed, and that's a 2-for-2 trade. I don't know. Torrent coming out from the Kunkka, maybe looking for more. Just going to secure his retreat. A very interesting engagement coming up from both teams. They did hold on to the Ravage of Lolik, so I think Cleave are going to be a little bit happier with that, but losing your Batrider as well as your Clink's definitely not what you want to be doing, but PGG. Oh, blink forward. They get the Yules. Now, air to flight from PGG. It is on cooldown. He already tried for it. Lolik going to be able to throw the Ravage. He throws it out on nothing. It actually hits the Kunkka. So not a complete failed Ravage, but still, I think he's just going to die here. Air to fly going to be off the mark. Do they have a way to silence this? No, they don't have a way to cancel that TP in time. ZXC could have thrown out the Torrent there, but it probably wouldn't have hit in time anyway. They needed the Yule Scepter or the Dream Coal coming out for the puck.
Yeah, I think that was a win for Cleave. I mean, they got this. They got the silencer right away. He popped both of his ultis, which he technically got his job done. But I honestly don't think I don't like the silencer pick up this game as much as I thought I would, because he hasn't been really doing much, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, luckily they have this Kunkka who can carry them. But Clinks isn't that far behind also. Oh, yeah. That is
they're going to blink for it. Ancient Apparition Blast going to be off the mark. They dust up the Kunkka. No Shadow Blade's going to get you out of there. He's going to X marks the Batrider to bring back into the Torrent to try to get this escape. He is slowed up by the dust as well as by the Sticky Napalm. Now with the stun coming up for the Wraith King, they'll be able to get a very high priority pick off on the Kunkka up in top.
Wow, that's 3 blinks on the side of Cleave.
Yeah, it is.
That's team blink right there. All they need is a blink on Clinks, and yeah, they're gonna be stacked.
The patented E-Sama blinks. Well, let's see. Roshan going to be tempted by Dream Team 168. They really don't have a very fast Roshan lineup. With the pure damage coming out from the Glaives of Wisdom, it will be expedited a little bit, but maybe they're just going to bank on that Cleave aren't going to expect this coming, and, well, I'm not sure they do. They will see that nobody's defending up in Tier 2 tower, and it looks like they might get suspicious. Clinks might be able to rotate into this, but Roshan, it looks like it's going to fall.
They did. That was a very sneaky play.
Yeah, not something that I would have expected on the enemy team, and
Not at all.
yeah, definitely. Blow Your Brain going to get himself an Aegis, so that's going to be a big pickup for this next fight. Even if they blow everything on Blow Your Brain, it still took him a decent time to get the kill. And, well, I don't know. I'd say that Dream Team 168 are going to look pretty good in this next team fight with the Aegis available.
And they have this huge creep wave bot coming in with a siege creep. It looks like it's a double creep wave. Oh, Maelstrom picked up on the Wraith King. So yeah, this Wraith King is slowly transitioning into carry Wraith King. He's not like, it's pretty much just a solo supporting Ancient Apparition, but he's doing everything. Tidehunter, he's got the mech, so pretty much all this AA has to do is get wards.
Yeah, and he has his Finnish Aghanim Scepters, so he has pretty much everything an Ancient Apparition wants in the world. Seema the Slayer might be caught out here. I think they know he backed off into the woods, but they don't have any sentries on the ground. In fact, Blow Your Brain might be in a little bit of trouble. I don't think so. I don't know, Seema the Slayer just hiding in the trees.
Yeah, there's one gem on the puck, but
PGG gets caught out in the middle lane, going to be lassoed back into the trees, now with the Flame Break. That's a very dead Murano. Without the access to the lead, can't really get out of that very well. But in top lane, Blow Your Brain, Seema the Slayer. He smells blood. I think he wants this pretty bad. X-Mark's on the Kunkka. He's going to go up top and then come back. And I think Seema might be in a little bit of trouble. Ancient Apparition Blast going to be off the mark. It's, yeah, not going to land on anything. They might know that the Clinks is there after throwing that Ancient Apparition Blast. I'm not sure. Looks like Seema the Slayer, he has backup coming in. And, well, Kunkka just going to Shadow Blade up towards the north and we'll be able to get up to safety. So, unfortunately, no goes here on the top lane.
Yeah, I mean, like, looking at the EXP graphs, again, it's pretty much hasn't changed. It's about 6k in favor of Cleave, and again, gold graph is, again, just, it's a tower gold. Once they get these last couple towers, it's gonna be pretty much like Cleave is winning this game, in my opinion, despite how well farmed the Silencer is. Again, you haven't seen much impact from him. He only has 8 stolen in. I mean, he just picked up a Forge Staff. He's really not building any damage dealing items.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it all just comes down to how they'll be able to get the initiation off. If they're able to get the jump on the Silencer, get him lassoed up, follow up the Orchid, focus him down with the Clinks, and if he's not able to get that ultimate off in the team fights, or at least in a timely manner, I would say that Cleave are definitely favored in these next team fights. But as it stands, I think with the Aegis at least, Dream Team 168 should be able to win at least one more, but I don't know. It's still anybody's game at this point.
Yeah, and the fact that they're not pushing with this Aegis is just kind of like silly. I mean, they have this 6v5 fight, right? Or, well, technically it's 6v6 because Wraith King's ult's up, but still, you know, they need to, they should try to do something with this Aegis.
I think so. They haven't smoked up or made any aggressive movements out through PGG. He's pretty much just been playing solo Dota this whole game. He's been pushing out lanes solo and trying to make something happen. He's being pinged out by the Ancient Apparition, I believe. Well, this might be the time that they go. Blow Your Brain spotted out by an Observer Ward, however. And they'll know that they're starting to push into this Tier 2 tower, and I think they're just going to give this one up. No reason to go for it. They'll actually just go for a trade, and Clinks, with that strafe, just pushes so fast, well, especially with these 5 range creeps, plinking away at the tower, and it looks like it's just going to be a straight-up tower trade, and I'd say that that favors Cleave. Not being forced to fight into the Aegis, and not being forced to blow any of their big ultimates. Yeah, I'd say they're
they
happy
have to
with
fall
this.
back now.
Yeah, definitely. Like, right now, they need a TP back. Does Clinks have a TP? He should, and he does. I don't know. I think Dream Team 168 can hang around and maybe get a little bit of chip onto this Tier 3. It's very dangerous to push up against this Tidehunter, and Tidehunter has the blink. He might be able to find a huge Ravage here. Ooh.
Radiant's mid tower could use a
Oh, blink forward. They're going to get the jump on the Tidehunter with the Eul Scepter coming out from the puck, and now with the Murano ultimate, looks like they're going to back off. This might be a double back coming out from them.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Arrow to scout. Hits nothing. But even if it did hit, they have no follow-up, and they can't follow up into all of this AoE damage from the side of Cleave.
And Clinks gets about the same amount of chip damage on their 2-3 tower in the bottom lane as well. Actually, a little bit less. The tower up and top is down about a third HP, and the one in bottom, only about, I don't know, a sixth maybe? I don't know. Percentages are hard. Clinks in bottom lane. Ancient Apparition ultimate is going to land on Kunkka. Not going to be able to find a pick off, and will just TP out. Steam of the Slayer will be just fine.
Yeah, this Clink has his completed dataless. He's just gonna run to the secret shop now and pick up the demon edge. And yeah, like again, a farmed silencer just really doesn't do much. Sorry for hating on this hero so much. They could have gotten such a better hero.
Yeah, if you want to take it this late, why not something like an anti-mage, a Spectre if you want that global presence. I don't know, just anything other than the Silencer. If you're able to get that stolen int and hit really hard at this point, you can pretty much become a better OD.
Yeah.
But still, Blow Your Brain, he hasn't really been very active around the map, and he's just been the focus of all of these team fights. He's been involved in 12 kills, but he's only gotten stolen in for 4 of those, most of the time because he just dies before the enemy team does.
He's not that. He's level 18 and he has 1800 gold or HP. I mean, he's just not that tanky. He falls relatively quickly. They just burst him down. Like, yeah, sure. You could argue he got his job off by popping off Refresher, popping off Global Silence, right? But he built a Midas. He's trying to farm. He's got 2500 gold or 2400 gold. Pardon me. Like, what does he go for next? Like a BKB?
Yeah, I think BKB gives you the double BKB with that Refresher up against the Tidehunter, who will be building the Refresh as well. But even when you have that BKB, they still have the Batrider Lasso to get you, as well as the Clinks. Maybe he just picks up a Ghost Scepter to try to counteract the physical damage coming out from the Clinks. I think would also not be a bad choice. Ethereal Blade, not sure you upgrade that anytime soon, and it might just be a casual Ghost Scepter. He's sending himself just, some TP scrolls at the moment, so we won't know, at least for a little bit longer. I don't know. We'll just have to see. At this moment, I think Cleave are going to be fairly happy with how things are going, but this pickup from PGG might change that. I don't know, he's picked himself up a Heaven's Halberd, which is very good against the Clinks, but as it stands, Clink still has a 9-second BKB arrow attempt.
Oh, that was his own team.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah. I don't know.
Skill
if you
shot.
could arrow your allies, that would be so annoying.
That would be funny as hell, especially in pubs. I would play Miranda just to piss people off.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I don't know, Afterlife going to push out this top lane while his allies are invading the enemy jungle, and, well, Cleave are on the back foot maybe a little bit here, but they need to be careful. Seam of the Slayer could be anywhere, and they don't have any sentries on the ground. Who's holding those gems for their team? They do have one up on Puck. The other one, I believe, is just hanging around in base. Actually, it's being held by the Wraith King. Well, they're going to throw the Batrider Lasso onto the Lincolns of Afterlife, and a huge misplay coming out from the Batrider, and a failed initiation attempt. Should have used the Force Staff there, just didn't click on the Puck's inventory. Unfortunate.
Yeah, also there's one in the base of, there's one gem in the base of DT, and then there is one of the Wraith King. So Ancient Apparition actually bought out a brand new gem.
Up in top lane, they could get this initiation on Log. He's going to blink away, blink forward. They're going to get the Dream Coil on too. Now he's going to use up the Wraith King to delay this. They're going to throw out the Global Silence for good measure. Now Lolek, they're not really focusing down. It looks like they're just going to get the Wraith King ultimate down for 60 seconds. Not the biggest deal for them. He also has that Mjolnir who will be able to blink away, and a lot of ultimates spent for really nothing in the end. And Dream Team 168. Yeah. I don't know. Continue. Sorry.
No, that's yeah. Like once his Wraith King is level 16, his ultimate is actually good. Like on a minute cooldown, it's available every fight. So every fight, they're fighting 6v5. They're fighting, like a team with an Aegis, and Wraith King is now like transitioning into that carry Aegis.
Seam of the Slayer. He's going to get arrowed in the bottom lane after trying to get this attempt on the tier 3 tower, and he's just falling too quickly. Will he be able to make it out? BKB, he will avoid that silence. He's just falling too low. Trying to TP out, he won't be able to make it. They'll be able to get the pick off on the Clinks. He did get some good chip damage on the tower, but definitely not worth it for Cleave.
Not at all. I mean, I don't know how much gold he lost. I wasn't paying attention to that, but yeah, they wasted the 10-second BKB. No, it was the 9-second BKB. And they got the kill on him. So yeah, I mean that's something that DT has going for them right now. And DT are going for another Roshan attempt, which is pretty sneaky, but they don't have the Clinks. I don't think these guys they don't know this is going on. That gem is really paying off because they can see that there's like no vision, and this Roshan is literally is dead.
Yeah, well, in good news for Cleave, they do have the Refresher finish for the Tidehunter, so double BKB as well as double Ravage, always wonderful, and he should be able to guarantee that he gets off the Ravage. Even if there's a double silence coming out from the Silencer, he'll be able to BKB Ravage and then refresh BKB Ravage yet again. But still, another Aegis that is going to even up at least the body count on both teams, 6 versus 6, when all is said and done, but still, at this point in the game, it's pretty much all about the teamfight execution coming out from both teams, and I don't know, Clinks can't get caught out like that again. That was way too aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had that arrow not landed, he would have been just fine, and maybe would have been able to get the tier 3 tower, but still, very risky going for that.
This is why I like a blink dagger on clicks, because at this stage of the game, both teams are carrying dust, they're carrying gems. Blink dagger, blink TP away, right? Like, as long as he doesn't get caught out by the X marks the spot, he's got a guaranteed escape. Because no one on the side of DT is, besides Puck, has a blink dagger, and the only way that they can cancel that TP is if they really want to pop a Dream Coil, which, I mean, 85-second cooldown, not the worst thing in the world, but I think that Clinks' next item should be a blink dagger, but he might be going for an MKB.
Yeah, I think that would be a solid choice as well. I don't know. It depends on how he wants to play. If he wants to keep on with this split push game, I think the Blink Dagger is wonderful. Up and top, they're going to throw out the Global Silence. The BKB's already popped by the Batrider, won't have access to that lasso. And well, for now, Shiva's Guard popped by Blow Your Brain, and now they're looking for this kill. They're going to Purge up, and now the Dream Coil going to come with the Ravage is going to land mostly only on Blow Your Brain. Now they're coming in with the Wraith King. He's trying to right-click down these heroes. He throws out the second Global Silence, and everybody's so low on mana. They will be able to get the Wraith King down once. He still has enough mana for his ultimate. He will be coming back into this fight fairly soon. Now Steam the Slayer focused down on PGG. With that mischance, PGG as well as the Leap will be able to survive for now, but now he's changing onto ZXC. They'll be able to get the Clinks, however, and trading for that Kunkka in the end. Blow Your Brain going to be involved in a little bit more kills here, and they're just going to keep on plinking away at this tier 3 tower. With the Shivas and Lincolns, Blow Your Brain, he's fairly tanky. I don't know. That said, he is probably going to lose the Aegis here. I don't know, Blinken from Lolican, he'll be able to get the Ravage on everybody, kills PGG instantly, gets the Aegis as well, and now another Rage Fire Blast going on to the Shadow Demon. Puck is back alive. Blow Your Brain going to eat an Ancient Apparition Blast as well. The right click should be there, force step with the high ground coming out from the Puck, or maybe from Blow Your Brain himself, and now he's trying to turn and fight this, and he's just going to die. Double kill for Lolik in the end. Wraith King, he's back up, swiring into this fight. They're looking for this Gust and Shadow Demon. He's fogged them for now, but now he's going to be slowed up, stunned up. Now the Ghost Scepter coming out. The magical nukes aren't really going to be there. He's throwing out a Purge, possibly. Eventually he will throw it out, and he's just delaying the Netherlands. Now Puck's coming back in. They might be able to get this Ancient Apparition, and indeed they will. Now they're looking for this Wraith King, but still 4 heroes dead inside of Dream Team 168, and Puck, he's going to disjoint that stun, but now he doesn't have the phase shift available. He's going to Yule's up, now trying to focus down this Wraith King, but he has his ultimate. This fight has been going longer for longer than a minute. Now another phase shift coming out from the Puck. They're looking for the lockdown. Puck will be able to blink away down towards the south. Now the Rayfire Blast from the low ground in the Flame Break will be phase shifted yet again, and Puck will be able to get this kill. They should. Now that's a gem lost, a full team wipe, and Cleave convincingly winning that fight.
That was a dieback on Puck too. You got to keep that in mind. Puck bought back and he died again.
He didn't buy back.
He didn't buy back?
No, his buyback is still available should he need to use it, but I believe he bought back earlier, so his timer is really long, or could just be that he's 21, or level 21, and that could also be the case. I don't know. Either way, Puck is dead for a long time.
That was just greedy on the side of DT. I am sorry. Like, DT has some really experienced players, Blow Your Brain, PGG, right, and ZXC even, and they should have known when to back off. Like, this is just greedy Russian Dota. Pretty
much sums up what happened that last fight. I don't know. I thought they could. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Walking all over each other. Either way, I thought they'd be able to back off after getting the kills, but Silencer turned and tried to fight that, and they just kept on fighting and throwing their bodies up against Cleave, and in the end, they lost everyone.
They should have backed off after they took the Batrider and the Clinks. I think they lost. They took Batrider. They took Clinks. They lost the Kunkka. They should have fallen back rather than going in for round 2. I mean, their heroes are slowly starting to fall off. I mean, Kunkka isn't really doing that much. I mean, since he's got the BKB and the Daedalus, I haven't seen much of an item progression on him, and I just saw, Wraithing has just picked up an AC. Wraithing is slowly becoming a force to be reckoned with. Like, Wraithing's late game, in my opinion, is a lot better than Kunkka's and Silencers. And this Mirana, really, she's going for a BKB, but her problem is she doesn't do much damage. She doesn't do any right-click damage. Like, DT lost 6 in that fight. They lost the Aegis as well, and they lost 2 gems. Like, that... Look at the EXP graph. It went from dead even down to 7,500 in the favor of Cleave. And gold, again, dropped about another 2,500 gold.
Yeah, and PGG, he's not going to be right-clicking hard anytime soon. Well, up in top lane, they're going to be able to get the lasso initiation off on the Shadow Demon. Where's the follow-up? They will have the Ravage coming out from Lolik after he pops the BKB, and now the Refresher coming out from Blurry Brain. He's going to silence, but Lolik, he has another Ravage to throw out if he needs to use it, but I don't think they will. Blurry Brain going to die in this top lane as well, and I think that's going to be at full Team 168. Will they be able to catch out? More Ancient Apparition going to slow down ZXC. Where's the backup? It's not going to be there, and Kunkka will survive.
Yeah, but they blew
Everything.
Everything. Literally, except for Dream Coil. Because where was Puck in that engagement? Puck is pushing out bot. So they have TPs. I think that they should try to take this tier 3 because Puck is not going to be able to push as fast as 5 heroes here. Like 5 really tanky heroes. Like, look at how fast this tower is melting.
Yeah, definitely. Well, they're going to stun up ZXC, tried for a cheeky play, X-marking himself and trying to get the cleave off, but he's going to die as well, down for the ground for 83 seconds. And well, the real difference in this game is that the Wraith King and the Mirana, like, both of them started out as supports, but this Wraith King is hitting like a truck.
Yeah.
Mjolnir as well as AC online, and they're just going to be able to shred through these towers with Clinks just doing so much damage. And well, it was shaky start for Cleave, but in the end, they're looking for trades. Tier 3 tower in the mid is going to fall. Puck trying to take down this tier 3 tower in the bottom. They're not going to go away empty-handed, and now they're looking for more. I don't know. All said and done, Dream Team 168 not going to be too unhappy with that. They got away with murder there, I think.
I know. I'm actually shocked. Look at the melee racks. Like, yeah, they reach it, but they did a lot of damage to those, and they took 2 tier 3s and they lost a set of racks. I mean, still, I would say a smaller win for Cleave just because they got the racks. So that top lane is just going to be pushing out a lot nicer than, you know, the other 2 lanes. I mean, mid is pretty far pushed out, but Wraith King is split pushing bot, and he is actually just, his attack speed is ridiculous right now. Like, he's hitting really hard. Like, this Wraith King somehow snuck to the top of the net worth. How did that even happen?
I don't even know. He has like 4.5k gold on his, or in his bank, and we'll have to see what his next item is. I think Basher would be wonderful for him. With the attack speed, he's going to be able to chain stun them fairly effectively, and just the damage, and eventually the Abyssal Blade scales so well on Wraith King late, and an MKB is going to be the choice for the Clinks, and he's hitting like a truck as well, and they've been able to weather the storm of this Silencer, and I'm not sure they really care about his ultimate all that much anymore. With the double BKB coming out from the Tidehunter, and I don't know. It's not looking great for Dream Team 168. They did get the 2 tier 3 towers, and that's nice, I guess, but they still haven't been able to properly break the base, and it looks like they're feeling a little bit under pressure. They're going to smoke up, look for this pick off in mid. I don't know, will they be able to find anybody? However, they're all going towards this bottom lane, and if they try to go for this, it could just be very bad for them. Roshan's going to actually respawn almost instantly, and this could be the break that Dream Team 168 were looking for. They're going to throw.
But they don't go check. They checked it with the illusory orb, and they don't check again. They could have taken this Roshan, but look at Cleave, man.
Looks like that's what they want to do. Tier 3 tower in the bottom lane going to fall very quickly. They just leave the Wraith King to plink away at these towers. He has the ultimate. Even if they drop things on him, he's just going to respawn, and it's going to be a full retreat coming up from Dream Team 168. The smoke wears off, and they try to get down to bottom, but that's 2 racks down. They are going to get a decent torrent on to Seam of the Slayer. Now Xmark's not sure who that was on, actually. It is on the Kunkka. So, well, I don't know. We watched another game with a Kunkka in it that did similar trick to this, where you Xmark yourself, hit the creeps, go back, and, well, I don't know, a little bit Bungie farming coming up from ZXC, but still 2 racks down. Cleaver looking wonderful.
Yeah, this is just very difficult to come back from right now. The EXP is literally just plummeting in Cleave's favor, and the goal is finally crossed over into Cleave's territory. So they did a great job turtling this out. And yeah, you mentioned that the silence from Silencer now is useless because they hit like a truck. Wraith King is hitting. Oh.
Forget Basher. He has a full Abyssal Blade, and Clinks is going to pick up Shadow Demon. Not much else to say there. Yep, and now...
Who picks it up?
Ooh, I think it's Clinks. Wraith King probably wants to hang on to all of his items. I think Blade Mail's still
But they got good. Cheese on that too, so the cheese maybe to who though?
Sell Blade Mail, pick up cheese?
Maybe.
Oh, Hex going out on the Wraith King, but what can they do here? There's no way to initiate that. They're going to drain a little bit of his mana, but where's the fight? Here comes the Ravage. It's pretty much only going to be on DXE, but they'll be able to get this kill on the Kunkka.
Oh.
They drop the Abyssal Blade onto his face, and he's going to fall as well. 2 pickoffs going their way, and now Afterlife and company just need to get the heck out of their PGG. What are you doing? Blink forward. He used the leap already, could disjoint that, and now look at this Wraith King just melt through PGG. Scythe of Ice finished by Lolik. Double Scythe, double Ravage. This is huge. I don't think there's anything stopping them anymore. The top racks has been taken by, or is already down, bottom's down, and mid is
Gonna be
easy.
falling soon.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Puck had a cheeky play and stole the cheese.
Yeah, he uses it in
Any
the mid
pop.
lane, but trying to get this kill on Roger. Will he be able to get it? He's going to be hexed up, and now Afterlife is going to fall.
That's GG. Like,
Yeah, that's it. Buyback status. They have it.
But what are they gonna do?
Yeah. They don't
Like-
have it on the Puck or Mirana either, so it's only the Kunkka that can buy back at this point.
At this point, they're way too fed. Like they have the heroes that have farm are more impactful than the ones that have farm on DT.
Definitely, they're going to get the lasso on to blow your brain, and if it wasn't GG already, he's silenced up, can't even get a single ultimate off. He has buyback, going to be forced to use it. There's going to be an Abyssal Blade going onto the Kunkka, man fighting up against the Wraith King. That's just a man fight you're not going to win. He still has the ultimate. Now the Ravage coming out, going to catch out, blow your brain mostly. If he dies here, it's almost certainly going to be GG, and now it's Mega Creep, so pretty much over. They have Scythed up, blow your brain. Wraith King very low on mana, won't have mana for his ultimate, and will be forced back, but I don't know. For now,
There it is.
GG,
Yeah.
well played, finally.
It's been GG since they were pushing up this lane here and they couldn't take this, and after at that point they realized it's over. Like that's when I realized that they've lost the game. Like I didn't want to say anything because you shouldn't really be talking about teams losing because anything can really happen. Throws 3-2-2. But yeah, well played on the side of Cleave.
Yeah, definitely not much more to say. Cleave were able to come back after a little bit of a shaky start, but still consistently through the mid game and late game, they just played better, and now their heroes were just too big for Dream Team 168 to handle. In the end, thanks for watching. This is going to be a best of 3, so we will go ahead and go to the second game as quickly as possible. This is Heflatv 1. If you want to look at the other English channels, Heflatv 2 and Heflamilk are where you can find English Dota 2 coverage. Also, make sure to follow us on all of the social media websites. You can see them down under the video in that description area, and you can find out where to follow us there. So for now, I'll go back and find the next lobby, and hopefully have game 2 coming up shortly.